to Big Mike Williams here. Andrew, you said on Twitter that the sky is the limit for the Chargers offense, and the production from touchdowns could easily vault Williams over Keenan Allen in fantasy across all formats, despite the latter's higher projected target share. Williams has commanded 40 end zone targets since 2019. He has converted them into 8 touchdowns, 5 of which came last season. He finished 6th in end zone targets with 16, but caught only 5 for touchdowns. With positive touchdown regression set on the horizon and a resume that features a double-digit touchdown season, Williams appears primed for 10-plus touchdowns in 2022 and to repeat his wide receiver 12 finish. Williams posted highs in targets, target share, receptions, and yards per route run. Through the first 5 weeks of the season, the big-bodied wideout was the second in wide receiver scoring behind only Cooper Kupp. Big Mike finished the season as the wide receiver 23 in fantasy points per game, despite cooling off considerably in the later weeks, in addition to leaving a boatload of touchdown production on the table.
Love Mike Williams. Have always loved Mike Williams. The question I'm asking you is the same one I end up asking every single year. Is there anything in the way of Mike Williams other than his own health?
No, I really don't think so. Mike Williams, it's funny. We played Family Feud on the Fantasy Pros football podcast. And the first question was, who is the most boom or bust wide receiver? My number one answer, Mike Williams. That is correct, Andrew, for 10 points. Because that's the deal with Mike Williams. He either scores like 50 points or literally doesn't do anything and gets hurt. But the fact of the matter that his role changed last year in a new offense, he was featured more as a actual full receiver receiving a full route tree. He wasn't just viewed as the team's deep threat. Like, he was doing more as an actual X wide receiver. We were playing as a complement more to Keenan Allen instead of just like opening things up for Keenan Allen underneath. So I think Mike Williams, I think that the health, if he can stay healthy, Mike Williams has the prototypical size and speed to be he's an alpha X receiver. Like, that's what his build is like. And when you're attached to guys like Justin, that's why I like betting on guys that are just attached to good quarterback. Justin Herbert is so good. He's phenomenal. And Mike Williams is so overdue to catch like 15 touchdowns. Like, the guy can only see so many end zone targets and not score touchdowns. It can't keep up at this rate. So I mentioned Austin Eckler, scored 20 touchdowns last year. Is that going to happen again? Probably not. And part of the reason he did score so many touchdowns is because Mike Williams wasn't converting on the touchdown opportunities he was getting last year. I wouldn't bet on that happening twice. So for me, it's like Mike Williams is that low-hanging fruit of the player that could not only be the touchdown leader on the Chargers, but lead the NFL overall in touchdowns.
Yeah, I hear that.
A ton of upside with BMW. I feel like we've all been burned just waiting for him to hit his actual ceiling. He did kind of flash it last year, like you said, in that first part of the year. But yeah, it's all about the health for him. But
right here,
you made it to the end of the video. Our algorithm overlords tell us you need to subscribe now.